Hey, hey. Welcome to my Midnight Live. All right. Let's get right down to it. First, let me say hi to everyone. What's up? Shut up, Plurpy. Let me say hi to everyone. Members, Patreons, subs, future, former, everyone in between. So, as you guys know, I was wrong. I'll admit it. I hate being wrong. Absolutely hate it. But yeah, I think I was wrong. I'm almost positive I was wrong. And some people are trying to make me feel better by saying that they don't think Grey's is on point. But I got to be honest, I think it is. I'm pretty sure Grey's is pretty on point. And I'm going to show it to you guys. So a couple things I want to address first. First things first is deflection video that I did is down because I wanted to. But I do want to thank everybody for trying to make me feel better by saying that they don't believe Grey's video is real. So thank you for that, guys. But no, Grey's video is real. And Grey did an amazing job. Amazing job. See, Courtney, and a lot of people are saying that Whistledown said earlier, like the moon is not showing or like the moon's on the opposite side or something. Hey, Alicia. So I don't really know. Hey, Melissa. But it certainly clears things up. But I'm gonna show you guys. Hang on. Oh, I'm tired. I've been making candles all night. Oh, what's this? What do you do here? All right. All right. So it looks like Grey did more mapping. This one I have not seen yet. But he's showing the Pratzer campground is here. And then if you swing it around, here's the beach. Here's where the AWP was. Here's where a car was found. In the video, see, this is where I get confused. All right. And I'm not going to lie. This is where I get confused because the cars look like they were coming from over here, not over here. That's the part I don't understand. So from what I remember, we'll watch it again, but from what I remember, it looked like it was over here, not over here. And where you could see land from water. I don't know. And granted, we don't know who was driving the car. We were joking around today on Queen Bees and said that, oh my God, I see Zanime. I see this one. I see Tony. So let's go ahead and watch Grey's video. It depends, Melissa. Somebody else could have swam out, maybe. Like, I'm not going to rule it out. All right. This one I didn't see. Let me see. Oh, he does a good job on this one. I didn't see this one. All right, hold on. I saw the 8-minute video. I didn't see this video. All right. Why I don't think the video was legit. It felt like he was sitting on a... That's what I'm saying. Then how could Ellie let this go? Like, it doesn't make sense.
To cell towers. Okay, so what you're looking at right now is this is Alder Hill, and if you fly forward, as I was showing you on the earlier videos, this is the area where I found at the very beginning when they found her vehicle. This is the location that we found right here. AWP was parked there when they got there, but the car hit, and there was like this square that they put here. It hit there and then went into the water, and it sunk. It appeared at the time, that's what we were thinking, that the car went off this little ridge here and then hit there and then went into the water. Well, it appears now, well, I keep saying appears. I am 100% confident that this is Kylie Rodney's car going into the water and she's in it.
Okay, so just to answer your video, where the video came from is SF Investigates found it. Hold on, let me back up so you can see. All right, SF Investigates found it. How he found it, why he found it, did he just find it? That part we don't know. But Alder Hill, there's a camera that sits 6,000 feet up, and that camera overlooks, you know, the area. And what they're actually looking for, oh, he didn't? What they're actually looking for is forest fires and that kind of stuff. Someone sent it to many people. Oh, I just heard, I don't know who sent it. I just heard last night when I was in Zap Girls that SF put it out. I never listen to Plunder. I don't like her. So how would Plunder find it? Well, either way, somebody found it. But I have a hard time understanding how in the world the cops don't have this. This was never mentioned. The FBI didn't find it. Like, that's what I have a hard time with this. I just can't comprehend that the FBI, the police, nobody has this video or said anything about this video. Hey, Proud Little Quick Squad. I heard from the person who sent it to all the sensationalistic channels and wish she had sent it to me. Okay. Well, is there a reason why it's secretive and you can't say who it was? Michelle After Dark posted at 4 a.m. Because I really thought that SF, hey, Coffee, I really thought that, I'm going to play it, Coffee, that SF was trolling. I really did. I didn't think it was real. It was a guy, we know that much. Well, I guess I'm just not important enough because none of us got it. Zav didn't get it. I didn't get it. Tyler didn't get it. None of us got it. So I guess we're just not important enough. Okay, great. You're saying who cares who posted it first, but you automatically shut down when I said it was SF. So obviously you do care because you didn't want to say who it wasn't. So anyway, that's where the video came from. I know, right, Amanda? But that's where the video came from. Now, this video, it was created by Gray from How We Put Everything Together. I can read very well.
Square that they put here, it hit there and then went into the water, and it sunk. It appeared at the time, that's what we were thinking, that it went into the water. Well, it appears now, well, I keep saying appears. I am 100% confident that this is Kylie Rodney's car going into the water and she's in it. So, it's likely she was at, looked like there was a couple locations where there was a party based on the headlights over here and over in this area. And it almost seems like she drove down like this and you see her headlights, and then the car turns and you still see the lights because, there's lights on the vehicle, and it goes this direction and it goes into the water. Now, what I'm going to show you right now is an even better close-up, and people were complaining that the time wasn't on it. So I will include that, okay? So thank you very much for watching. There's just going to be music. You can watch the whole thing. I think it's pretty obvious what happens here. Now, keep in mind, I'm using a still frame from an earlier in the day shot where it's light outside. Okay, so there aren't going to be clouds moving around in a still frame, but I'm using it as an overlay because you can see the lights through it.
No, this video right here, this is Gray's. Gray put all this together and did all this. And Gray, if I wasn't playing your video, I would tell you to kiss my ass. But since I'm playing your video, I have to be nice to you. Oh, Gray did an amazing job on this. But Gray thinks that everybody likes to hear him talk, and they don't. My people like to hear my voice, Gray, not yours.
So that you can better visualize where the vehicle was. If you're just using the dark video, you can't see anything. You can't see the landmarks very well. You see a little bit of the lake and a little bit of something jetting out. But when you have the light image from earlier in the day overlaid on top, you're able to make out exactly where the car went into the water. And it went into the water exactly where Kylie Rodney's vehicle was found. And it went into the water on the 23rd at 12:33 when her phone died. Now, that pretty much dispels the notion that Kylie was still out and about, moving around based on what the tow truck driver said. This is when she went into the water. Okay. So the rest of the video is just going to have some music below it. And that's it. So thanks for watching. And until next time, be safe out there.
I think the other video was better. Yeah, the 8-minute video. That one I think is much better than this one. No, not the full one. It was 8 minutes, I believe. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't care about the time code, but I think the other one is better. Hold on, let me get it. This one. This is the video that blew my mind. Well, that's true too, Elijah. Who drives from the hatch of the car? It's a good point. No, it doesn't rule out foul play. I don't know. Honestly, though, after seeing this video, I tend to think it was not. It was just an accident. See, my only question, though, and Gray, maybe you can answer this. Like, I get the orbs now because of the direction that they're going in, but if she's driving on the side, why is her headlights like head on? That's the only part I don't understand. Oh, Gray's video definitely makes it clear. This is the one. You see what I mean? Like, the headlights look like they're dead on, not driving on the side. See, all the cars go that way. She goes this way. And just follow this orb. And there it goes in. And you can see the lights on the other side. And then gone. And you can even see a little light in the water. We still don't know if it was found in neutral. Now, this I find interesting. Correct, Athena. Right here. So if you missed it, follow this orb. Goes right in. And you can see the lights flashing on the other side of the lake. So you know there's nobody in front of her. Gone. Thank you, Val. Accident is what they want us to think. Sus video, in my opinion. Something is off. But I don't think it's the video. I'm just fascinated with it. Now, you know why I don't think so, Athena? It was going too fast. And there's no other cars around it. There's that car, there's those cars, there's some cars here, but there's no other cars around her to push it. That's her alone. Driving straight in. And then all of a sudden the light disappears. Gone. And believe me, I made every excuse in the world to say that Gray was wrong, but he's not. I'm telling you guys, this was a pure accident. As much as I don't want to believe that, and as much as I want to say somebody pushed her, somebody was in the car, the only thing that we figured out is this right here is Tony, this is Anime, and there's Ryan. That we do know. Ellie probably knows about this camera. Ellie has to know about this camera. There is no way that they don't know. Now, also don't forget though, nothing is set in stone. We do not have official word yet. Ellie could have known about this forever. Ellie may not know about this. We have no idea. No idea. It's a random camera. Yeah, but Greg, come on. They have to know about this camera. You're going to tell me that the FBI, they have to know. Have to. Guys, Gray didn't do a Photoshop. He just did an overlay so it's lighter. And Tyler did not steal Gray's overlay. Probably because this camera doesn't always face this way. This camera changes. That's probably the reason. See, guys, like there's no other car around her. Up there's Tony. Gone. No, he didn't steal Gray's overlay. People don't understand overlay will never see what truly happened. That's true too. And for the person that gave me a super chat, I forgot something. Hold on. Hang on one second. I forgot that before. So thank you to the person that gave me super chat. Graded Photoshop. Yeah, but Gray didn't change anything is what I'm saying. Sandra, that I don't know. Thank you, Athena. Tyler did not. I watched the entire 2 videos. Thank you, Athena. Hey, K-Rox. We don't know who is driving, you're right, but we didn't see anybody jump out. So you have to remember that too. AWP lied about what? Should give credit if someone does get ideas, etc., from someone else. Oh, I agree. Anyway, but if you're talking about Tyler, Tyler does a lot of Photoshop. So, I mean, I don't think overlay is Gray's invention. So explain what. Well, the divers didn't find her because they never looked for her in that water. Why they never looked for her in that water remains to be unknown. But they never actually looked for her in the water. It was said later on, which I don't understand at all. Thank you, Athena. So you think I'll have to put that on. So you think that it hesitates at the end? Gray, what do you think? Hold on, let me rewind it. I don't know why they would tell AWP not to look in the water. Thank you, Dark Angel. Ask Gray who discovered the video, because nobody seems to know who actually discovered it except Gray. See, Athena, that's what I thought, that SF posted it. Then I got yelled at. Then 10 people came at me and said, no, it wasn't SF that did it. But I thought the same thing. So let me go back to the video. Zabgirl was on it last night due to somebody in her chat came in and said it. I don't believe it. Just like Jane. Oh, I definitely don't believe Megan. That's me and Gray have fought about that too. Hold on, what happened to my StreamYard? Oh, I just lost StreamYards. Hold on. Uh-oh. I lost StreamYards. This happened earlier, too. Shit. Ah, there it is. All right. I lost it forever. All right, hold on. Rainey, then talk to Tyler. I mean, what do you want from me? I'm not Tyler's keeper. Yeah, see, that's the part I don't know of, Anna. So this is a lighter angle of the camera that's 6,000 feet up, overlooking Prosser. Guys, remember, AWP is just a dive team. They're not investigators. They're technically a brand new dive team. Thank you, Athena. Actually, I think it's 4 miles away. So here is her car. Driving. 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 Yeah, I don't know if her car actually stops or the video pauses. I don't really believe her car stops. Thank you, Movement Church. Oh. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not, I really don't think it paused. I think it's just the camera. Yeah, it is, Catherine. We found it last night and today. And then boom. Gone. Yeah, but you can see the video is chopped, 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 like, like an eighth of a second or whatever. See, but let me just say something else. Everyone talked about this mass exodus. I don't see a mass exodus. I see a bunch of cars leaving, but if for 400 people, you would think there'd be a hell of a lot more cars if there were 400 people. I see about 6 cars. That's what I'm saying, Truth Wins. They talk about this mass exodus. I don't see a mass exodus. No, the camera is 6,000 feet up. That's what I'm saying. There wasn't 400 people there. And I don't see a mass exodus either. I see a bunch of people leaving. Sank too quick. But you see what I'm saying, though? Like, let's go back to the beginning. Yeah, 100 people per car. You know, you see some lights, some normal lights. Tina, I never believed him to begin with. It came from Sammy, actually. Sammy's the one that said that there was a mass exodus. So here are like a couple of cars. See some headlights. All right, the mass exodus came from the couple that was camping there, not Sammy. My bad. No, I was told it didn't come from Sammy. It came from the couple that was camping there. So now this is earlier in the day. Run the film for 4 minutes after sinking. Okay. Thank you, Athena. All right. See, like you see the same amount of cars now that you do later. Well, it couldn't be used as evidence against someone. Okay, so there's one car, there's another car, there's two more cars. And that's her car. And you can see the lights reflecting on the other side. Now, this car sees it. How do I know that? You'll see in a minute. Gone. Now, how do I know that car saw it? Because this car then comes around and goes that way. This car's just been sitting there. And now the car is going to go this way and go around. Personally, I think they went to check. See how now they're all going this way to go out? So my opinion is Kylie just missed the turn and went straight. Because if you watch that again, that's what I think too, Melissa. All right, so watch. So you have this car that sits there. Why, I don't know. This is her car. She's coming down this way. This car just sits here the whole time. She's coming down this way. She never makes the turn. She drives right in the water. Could this person have seen that she drove in the water? Maybe, maybe not. But you do see, like, almost like this car is waiting for his buddies. Because once those other two cars come here, then they all go this way. Thank you, Truth Fairy. She couldn't have been picked up by Elsa at 12:30 after falling in a hole, or stopped by someone blocking cars in a section, or called Sammy at 12:30. She definitely did not call Sammy at 12:36. That's for sure. All right, I want to... So like I was saying, this car is sitting here waiting. I know, that was all of them, I think. I think I didn't go back far enough. Yeah, they all turned to go that way. So you have this car that looks like they're waiting for these guys. So for some reason, all these cars, these couple of cars must have been waiting for these people. And like I said, I don't know the distance, but I don't think that they would be able to see her going in the water. But it makes me wonder if Sammy was in this car and Sammy saw it happen. Which is what I'm kind of thinking. See, those two cars that are coming around, that's what this car is waiting for. Instead of turning, she goes right in. This car had to have heard that. These cars come around, they meet up with this car, and then they all go that way. Car's gone. These cars come around. Sammy adamant all highway cameras checked. Why is this out in October? Other than to convince us terrible accident. The night vid looks like fireflies, not cars. True. Is it possible they pick someone up? See, I don't think so. I really think that it was an accident, but I do think Sammy's watched it. I do think that one or all of these cars saw it happen or heard it happen. Gray, I never believed Sammy at all. Just like I never believed Megan. CGI California something? See, I don't know. From looking at this, I really don't think it was foul play. But I think the foul play comes in that they saw something. They knew something. What would be the point to see it happen and not say anything? They were drunk. I mean, there's a lot of reasons. Let me explain something to you guys, though, that maybe a lot of people don't understand the law. I know that a lot of people are like, oh, well, if I didn't do anything wrong, I'm going to speak to the police. No, you don't want to do that. You never want to hire a lawyer. I mean, you never want to be questioned by police without an attorney, even if you're totally innocent. You definitely don't want to have your kids say stuff that could backfire on them, that could get them in trouble, that could get a false confession. They're kids. You never want to do that, honestly. Your kid ever gets in trouble, you hire an attorney immediately. Even if they're totally innocent, hire an attorney immediately. Thank you, Tina. Has to be loud enough for anyone to hear music playing. Yeah, I'd see, Melissa, in a way I agree with you, but in another way, I think you would hear an SUV hitting that water. And who's to say Kylie didn't scream? She could have screamed loud when she realized what happened. Remember, the windows were open. Let's not forget that. The windows were open. So there's a good chance somebody heard her scream. Driver bailed out. Kylie died or was already gone. Possible. It's sad. If anyone truly cared about this girl, they would speak up no matter the consequences. Easily said than done. Easier said than done. Hey, Whistledown, you gonna admit you were wrong with me? Woo woo. Hey, Joseph. State of California could go after the family to pay all $20,000. Man, that's true too. I just mean that it doesn't make sense she drove it in. Kind of. It does kind of make sense though, because if you really look at the video, you can see where she should have turned and didn't. And believe me, I'm not ruling out that something isn't right. I mean, believe me, something isn't right. I think, all right, I'll give you an example. The best example I can give, like when Ryan was going after Zanime, the first thing I said was he's wrong about Zanime, but he's right about something. Something is sketchy. I just think he's got the wrong people involved. And that's kind of where I'm at with this. Like I think that there's something fishy with the friends and something isn't right, but I don't think it's that they, physically killed her, is what I mean. Like something like that. We all miss an elephant in the room. If Ellie has this video and they know exactly, well, I'm just taking a long shot on this, Olivia, but I kind of think that maybe, just maybe, that's why they didn't rule it automatically. It's simply because they want to check the car to make sure her brakes were working and that kind of stuff. That's why they didn't rule it an accident. Like maybe her brakes were cut. Maybe somebody cut her steering wheel, why she couldn't turn, like something like that. It's still very possible. And that really could be the reason why they haven't ruled it an accident, because maybe her brakes were cut. Maybe her steering wheel failed, something that's still nefarious, but not on the track we were originally looking on. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, Gray's great with maps. Criminal civil liability. There could be. Why didn't they locate a car? They never looked for it. Someone killed her and her mom knows, and that's why she said shut up about it. I don't know about that. I know, you find me in this panel if the truth ever comes to light. We need to see how close or far from the truth everyone is with limited information. True too. People with theories yet have no evidence, facts to back them up. Exactly why you look for evidence, facts, and then form a theory. I agree. That's what I say the same thing. I said, you want to really see Gray's work? Watch his Jodi Arias reincarnation. And not reincarnation, recreation. I don't know. It depends who you ask, Dizzy. Sometimes it's 200, then it's 300, then it's 400. There's a whole not right from social media influences, family to friend. I agree. Gray Hughes. I don't know. I really think Sammy saw something. I do. Lolo, probably bullshit, like I said from the beginning. I never believed the AAA guy. I still say AWP put him in there for clout. That's just me, but I do believe that AWP believed it. I really do. I think that they believe what the guy was saying, but I never believed the guy. I don't know why. I just didn't. So I'm going to drop a link if anyone wants to come up. And he could have had mistaken identity. I mean, I'm not going to say no. Hey, Lee with love. Needs to be notified the camera's being used for this purpose so they can verify that it is not anomaly. Oh, that's a good point, too. Yeah, and Hunter, a lot of people think that Ellie confirmed it. They never confirmed it. They never confirmed that call took place. They actually said the opposite. RSA guy is legit and the story is truthful. Was it Kylie in her vehicle? He saw there was a question. How do you, all right, hold on. How do you know it's legit and truthful? We don't know. Well, when juror matters, that's one way to look at it. I disagree, though. She was in the car. Deep down, do you think that... No, here's what I think, Phil. And I mean this. I believe that there's foul play. That I believe that it's some kind of foul play somewhere along the line. Do I think that it was foul play? Do I think it was foul play in the sense of somebody was in the car and killed her? No. Sorry, Gray. That it was like in the car and somebody killed her? No, I don't. Do I think that there was somebody else in there? No, I don't. Do I think that somebody saw it? Yeah, I do. Do I think that something wasn't right? Yeah, I do. So that's the kind of foul play I'm talking about. I don't know. I got to tell you guys, from everything I'm reading about cars and Honda SUVs, she wasn't, and this is like this has been misspoken multiple times. She wasn't crouched down in the hatchback in the bottom like she was tied up. She was floating on top, which she could have got there naturally. Just so everyone knows that. I know AWP said a different story, but if you research it, it will tell you that in an SUV and in larger vehicles, it's very likely that you go all the way to the back. Because remember, she was on top. She wasn't like sunk in the middle. I don't know what CTFD is. Thanks, James. I'll keep it in mind. Hey, Rachel. All right, James, you got one more chance. Spam me again and you're out. Doesn't anyone think someone else could be driving and then got picked up? Yeah, I don't think so. You don't know way. That's not good. The strap hanging out of the back wasn't right. Ah, that's true too. I forgot about that. I did forget about that, Roswell baby. Even as tiny as she was, it's pretty hard. All right, too many lies, too many tears, too many false friends, too many agendas. Nothing makes sense about this strange town. It's weird people, very suspicious. I agree with that. All right. Welcome back, Rachel. Super chat train. Woo woo. I gotta make a sound clip for that. I think no one was driving on. She was lined up on sent in. I don't know. 90% of water crashes, the victims are in the back. In like almost 100% of SUV, even small SUV, you end up in the hatch area or any car that has a hatch. I can't believe nobody wants to come on panel. I'm shocked. Nobody loves me. K-Rax, no, I've been making candles all night. No joke. Only reason I stopped is my back was hurting. Yeah, no, it is true. A dive team said that. A dive team that was saying that AWP should have never said what they said. I love you too, Jennifer. And no way. You get staged. Shut up, whistle down. Thanks, guys. Why y'all telling me you love me? Did I say something? Oh, because nobody wants to come up. So you don't find it odd that one car goes up, stop. I don't think it actually stops. I just made a bunch of beer candles. In the back, the windows were rolled up. Not very common. Windows are down. 25 seconds. The back of the windows are rolled up. Not very common. Windows roll down. 25 seconds compared to 10 seconds. Oh, I agree with you. It is a big difference. At the cross show in Reno the night before. Hey, let me see if I can find. Do you know there's some SUVs that can actually swim underwater? Not swim, but you know what I mean. Some SUVs can drive through water, like deep water. Good night, Athena. I'm actually getting off soon too because nobody's coming up, and I got to finish the final layer on candy corn candles. Hey, I'll show you guys what I'm looking at, so you're wondering why I'm so quiet. Hey, Ellie. Hello?
Hi, I was on with you earlier on Queen Bee. We were
Hey,
talking
I
about.
thought so.
Yeah,
I
was
noticed
like,
the
oh,
koala.
yeah. I was like, let me come up and say hi. But I feel like it's been a whole 24-hour cycle of this since last night on Zavs. You were in the chat there too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then seeing Gray's video this morning with you and like you like seeing your reaction online, like live, like because it like see from going from that like last night the raw footage to like the enhanced like overlay like made such a difference. And it's hard to like it's really crazy because I was kind of going around the channels tonight and it's wild that people still are like, no, it can't be. I mean, I think it's hard for people to maybe accept it at this point. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like it's been ingrained in their head, like foul play, you know, with AWP and trusting them so much, you know?
I agree with that.
Yeah. So I feel like there's been, you know, it's hard. I think people need to probably digest it and sleep on it a little bit and accept it. But it's really clear when you see it. And you see it going under to like like you could see almost see the light going under when it's probably like nosediving, you know. So I don't know if people want to
hold on. Has anyone ever heard of these guys? Adam Brown Adventures. Looks like they're the same thing as AWP. There's all these team groups I never even heard of.
I think there's a bunch of them. There's one that's been around for like 20 years. That's the longest one. You know, they've been doing it, and they are the one that kind of talked about AWP in that article. Like a
Do you remember that article? Because that's what I was looking for.
yeah, yeah, it was with the woman, one of the owners, and they were talking about how many like recoveries they had a year. I forget what it was in. Let me look. So you think they've had to have this, Ellie had to have this footage, right?
Ellie, law enforcement, FBI.
Yeah, see,
Somebody has to
everybody. Yeah, because it's like, how could they not have, like, that would be the first thing that they would, like, check all the cameras in the park, right? Because they checked them outside on 89. You know, they knew, like Sammy, I remember, knew where the cameras were going into the park. You know, I just feel like it would have come up. I don't know. It's just very interesting that it came up like when that Megan woman was doing her rounds talking about lights, and it just kind of all kind of accumulated at this one point. And I mean, and it could be somebody trying to, like, you know, push the narrative, because SF Investigates, he's kind of hard to read, you know, throughout this whole, yeah. It's a tough, but it's interesting to see how people like can really, it's hard for them to wrap their, well, I guess it's, you know what it is too, like I know with like deaths that are like accidental or like sudden, they're very hard for people to accept, like that she could have just made a wrong turn and boom, that's the end of your life, like just by making a wrong turn, not being, you know, all this other stuff maybe helps people explain it away, but just like making a wrong turn, or like people that I know with like skiing accidents where they die kind of pretty sudden, you know, and drowning deaths are very hard to they're a terrible death too. That's hard for people to accept that as well. It's almost easier to go foul play, you know. That's what I got out of all of this. It's like interesting how people react to things, you know, how they digest things.
Now, let me also say one thing I noticed. Now, I don't know anything about this case, but that water looks a lot nastier than Prosser. And look how clean that car is when it came out.
Yeah, it's very murky, that water. Is this the most recent video of theirs that they did?
Yes, May 1st.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how old, you know, how long the guy was missing, but look how clean that water is. I mean, look how gross the water is compared to how clean the car is. See that?
Oh, yeah, it's like sludgy or something right there.
I mean, look at that water pouring out.
Oh. Is there any windows open in that car or no?
No.
And that's what I think made Kylie's go under quick, the open window, you know. And even if they were all up, I think it would have been hard to get out as well. But maybe people would have seen it because it would have floated much longer. But I think it probably went down in like a minute, because that camera is like every 2 seconds is a frame. It's like it takes like still shots every 2 seconds. So you have to like double the time almost, that, you know, of Gray's video. And I think he kind of did some other things with it, but I don't know.
So that's what it looks like if you're years later. That was submerged for years.
Wow.
I never got what I was looking for. That's nasty.
It must be late there for you, right? It's like 3 o'clock in the morning.
No, it's
no. Oh, okay. Oh, you're like central. Okay.
I'm just tired.
I know. Yeah. It's been like a long day on the YouTube. Like just this kind of caught me for some reason. This, I got sucked into it. Um, just to see like, I don't know, it was to see people reacting to it. And trying to deny it in a way or explain it away.
Oh,
Like
I
that. Oh,
denied it at first. I didn't believe it at first.
yeah. It's hard to accept it that it's something so simple. I mean, but it really is like it's where she was found. The ping matches up. The light of this video matches up. It all kind of matches up, so you can't really deny all that data that's like facts. Everything else in this case is all like Sammy and hearsay and this and that, even like all the Jane Does, like nothing is verified, but this is like a camera that's verified.
Hold on. If you double the time of the video, it's almost 3 minutes on the. No, there's no way that car was 3 minutes on the water.
No, I think it was like a minute. Like watching Zav's last night, she did it like they timed it, and it was like about a minute or like about, from the edge to when it went under. But
You couldn't see the car going in the water. Well, you don't actually see it go in the water. You see it go poof. 1 minute you see the lights, and then the lights are completely gone, and there was no way for them to like turn them off.
yeah, there's like, it's not like people at first, like with the more raw footage, it looks like they could have been on the beach, but then zooming in, I mean, you can't not see that going in and it's not like I've heard people being like, oh, it might be a reflection or something. It's not a reflection,
Hold on, I'm a person. I can hear her voice saying it. What do you mean, Crystal? Look, see, no, I think people are confused with the way it stopped, because I don't think it stopped. It just went, like it was like a 2-second blurb.
She could have paused right there, and maybe that was where like she could have went left or straight. You know what I mean? And she could have paused, not knowing, because maybe she was following people out of there and lost track of them. And that could have been why, like, she paused to see which way to go and then went that way. Like for a sec, I mean, that's possible.
I just thought of something. Hold on, check this out, guys. I don't know why I just thought of this. The back window was open. Maybe the conspiracy is that Kylie wasn't alone. Not that anyone did anything, but she was driving someone home. And whoever was in the back got out as fast as possible. Kylie tried to get out with them and ended up not making it. What do you think?
I mean, that is a possibility. I've heard that on other channels tonight. That is a possibility. I mean, but it would be so hard to get out unless they like rolled out when it was going down the hill, possibly.
But they could have. Maybe they were sober.
Yeah, but would they really be like, if it was a pure accident, they were just, would they not call like the cops and be like, oh my God, my friend's car just went into the lake, If it was just an accident and they were in it and they got out in time and she did, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to, I mean, there's always that chance. Do you know what I mean? There's always like a tiny possibility it could be something crazy, but like our eyes are, we can't see people, we just see the car going into the lake and her finding her at that point right there, So, I mean, anything it just doesn't seem very likely. Or maybe that is the cover up, because it does feel like there's a cover up, right? People are thinking there's some kind of cover up going on in the town and such, but that could just be just nothing, just like noise in this whole thing.
And I agree with that too, Hunter. Maybe that's why Ellie paused with someone else in the car. I don't think there was anyone else in the car. But what I'm saying is she may have been driving someone home and that person was able to get out and Kylie wasn't. That's what I'm saying. See, the sister said that. I don't know if I believe that. All right, Simply, you can turn off your camera. Hey.
I'm trying to.
Where'd you go? She left. They said camera was 25. No, it's not 25 miles away. It's only 4 miles. Hey, Simply Updated.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Hey, how are you guys tonight?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I was just listening into what you guys were saying, and I was thinking the same thing, that maybe somebody else was in the car.
I got out.
How do I stop the echo? Do you guys hear the echo?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, another possibility is maybe somebody else was driving and maybe they were able to get out, and maybe that's why they were scared and panicked and didn't really want to contact law enforcement because they feel maybe they were at fault. I'm just hypothetically thinking.
Oh, I wouldn't, because like someone said before, fear of that they could go down for a murder. And I wouldn't say anything. I hate to say it, but I would tell my kids, keep your mouth shut.
Right.
If I knew that I didn't, if I knew that they didn't do anything. But yeah, I wouldn't want my kids in that position, because anything can happen and they can find something out. I don't know. I'm just protective like that. Call me a bad mom, but my kids are first. I protect my kids at all costs, as
Yeah.
long as I know they didn't do anything. But Sammy could have been driving, somebody could have been driving, or it could have been a car full of people. But the only reason why I don't think that somebody was driving, I don't know, because the driver's side wasn't open. I think somebody in the back seat, because the back window was open.
Yeah, it was down like 3/4, right?
Yeah. Then again, somebody on the passenger side could have busted out that window. Think about it.
I mean, you saw how quick that went down, though. Like you would have to react so fast. I mean, we wouldn't see the person coming out of the water, though. In that camera footage at all. So you never know. I mean, so yeah. Now you're making me think, oh my god, it could be foul play again. Oh gosh, no. I mean, I really do think it. I mean, the most simple explanation is usually the one, but you never. I mean, you never know. You never know. I mean, the town is very quiet about things. They're like very tight-lipped.
And she definitely could have had, like, I don't know. It may not be foul. Like, this is what I keep saying. It may not be foul play in the sense that everyone is thinking it's foul play, like she was murdered.
Yeah.
But it's very likely that there was somebody else in the car, and that's why everybody's lying, and that's why there's a cover up. That's why, nothing seems to add up, because there was somebody else in the car and they were able to get out and Kylie wasn't. Which would make perfect sense of why they're not saying anything. I'm glad, Simply. I'm sorry you're having problems. It's called manslaughter. Yeah, I wouldn't want to say anything, but that's me. There's a huge cover. That's what I'm saying. There could definitely be a cover up on the drinking. There's a cover up in a couple of different places. I just don't, after seeing that video, it just doesn't line up with something so nefarious like she was murdered. I just don't see that.
Yeah, I don't see that. If anything, like you said, something happened and somebody didn't want to get in trouble. That's like, it's always like a slight possibility, but they would have to get out of the water, or they would have to roll down that hill when it was going in, if they were driving, like you said. Because, like, why would she drive? I don't know. It's just crazy that she would drive that drunk, too. I mean, people do it all the time, but, it's a tough one. This whole case has been just crazy since the beginning.
But you know what? Every time you turn around, there's another whacked out case.
Yeah.
To that conclusion. Just, everyone one wacky case. No, there's a lot of wacky cases.
Like the Sean one. I was telling my sister about it.
Wacky.
She
The
couldn't
other
believe it.
That today
Debbie.
crazy.
Oh, with the 20-month-old.
Yeah.
Yeah, that disappear. That yeah. I mean, it's always those ones that we can't like figure out that get attention too. That are attract people because they can't like figure it out themselves, and they want to help kind of figure it out. I think that's what happens with some people.
Did you guys hear about this case? Quentin, what was the last name?
The one in Georgia today?
Yeah.
Or yesterday? I forget the name. Let me think.
Quentin. Oh my God, some with an S. Simon. That's it. Did you guys hear about this 20-month-old that's dead? I mean, that's missing? Quentin Simon out of Georgia. It's totally the mother. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you a video.
It's a nice area, so I know.
Well, Mike, it's a really different scene from what we saw yesterday. It is all quiet out here. Like you just heard from Camille, they have stopped those search efforts in this area. So no police cars, and the tape has been taken down. The home behind me, you can see this is the home that we're talking about along Buckhalter Road. Throughout the morning, more friends and family have gathered in this area, including Quentin's grandparents, Thomas and Billy Howell. They were not home when Quentin disappeared, and they do have custody of him. They own this home, and so they were shocked this morning to show up and find out that there was no active search happening.
I expected to pull up this morning.
You know what? You're right. It is up Churches County.
To a lot of police officers here, and nobody's here.
No, it's in Tennessee. This is Georgia.
It's not looking.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we'd like to know is this still?
I want to know if they're still looking.
Yeah, I mean, well, what do they know?
And just after I wrapped up that interview, around 11 o'clock today, the FBI showed up to the scene, and they were doing a sweep down the road, starting at the intersection of Buckhalter Road and Garrard, and they went all the way down the road past Howell's home. Friends and family were just out watching them, hoping soon to get some answers about what happened to Quentin, who disappeared from his home more than 24 hours ago.
We've done everything we could do. I mean, that's like,
just
about
want him
searching
to
the
come
house.
home.
And I mean, my concern is him. And if it's good, bad, whatever.
He's
I
just
mean,
a baby. If
yeah,
anybody knows anything, he's just a baby.
That's all we care about.
And Quentin has two siblings. One of them is about 3 years old, the other just a few months old. All of them were living in the Buckhalter Road home together with their mother and her boyfriend, and of course, the grandparents. Now, those grandparents tell me that they have been in contact with Quentin's biological father, who is now, I'm told, on his way here. He lives out of town, and the grandparents tell me they really just want some answers. Of course, they're hoping still for a good outcome with Quentin coming home safely, but they say at this time things just aren't adding up, and they're hoping soon to get some answers. Live in Savannah, Sarah Winkleman, WTOC News.
We both left right then. I got here about 3 o'clock yesterday.
And I got here about 3:30 in the morning.
How about a sound?
It's been crazy. Turn is him. He's always smiling.
And please.
There's no sound. So what we do know about this story, she was supposed to have the babysitter come at 5:30 in the morning. The babysitter comes even when she's not working. So the babysitter found it really, really odd that she called her at 5:30 and then to tell her she didn't need her. And then by 6 o'clock, this kid allegedly went missing and wasn't reported until 9. The babysitter then came and said, came and looked, and she said that she didn't want someone to look. It's crazy. There's no
Yeah.
more on this.
It's weird, this one. It's strange they canceled the babysitter before. Like, that just doesn't, you know.
I agree.
Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Dawn Baker.
And I'm Mike Sela. It's now been 36 hours since a little boy in Chatham County was reportedly last seen. Questions remain as investigators try to figure out what happened to 1-year-old Quentin Simon. The toddler was last seen on Buckhalter Road around 6 a.m. yesterday and reported missing about 3 hours later. Police say they were out searching last night and into the early morning hours today until 2 a.m. and that they've exhausted their search in the area around his home and are now narrowing down on other places to look. Tonight, our live team coverage continues with our Mariah Congito, Camille Syed, and lead investigative reporter Jessica Savage.
We begin with Mariah for the very latest update from police.
Yeah, well, as day 2 got underway, it started off with police officers reporting at the station around 8 this morning, and then they all dispersed out into
I thought my voice was annoying. Holy shit.
their search locations. But since yesterday, since Quentin went missing, agencies have been searching for Quentin by air, on foot, and even mounted patrol. So far, police tell us they don't know where he is. Today's investigation includes many interviews, downloading phone information, and checking for any cameras that might have captured something that can help in the search. The FBI will also continue to work with the Chatham police because it's a missing child case with a possibility that it could turn into an abduction case. Chief Hadley says changing to an abduction investigation would happen if they got tips or video evidence, for example, that would point them to that. Chief Hadley says, to be clear, it is a missing child's case right now. He says they have no reason to believe foul play was involved at this time. The chief says they got a search warrant for the house and for other places, but he wouldn't say exactly where those other places are. He says they are trying to help the parents get their child home safely.
At this point, they're victims. You know, they are dealing with the loss of a child. They're worrying and wondering where he may be at. And so, as any of us, if we were in that position, I would be terrified. Having 6 children of my own, if one of my children were missing, I'd be a mess, quite frankly.
Yeah, and everybody out here is holding on to hope. And police did tell us that they haven't received any tips as of yet. They remind everybody if they have any information to call them or to submit a tip to Crime Stoppers as well. And also tonight, police will reassess at some point just to see how and when they need to, or where they need to pivot their investigation. Now, I want to bring in Camille because Camille, you have heard from family members and friends even who, obviously their hearts are breaking. What are they saying to you?
Georgia.
Yeah, Mariah, this is an emotional time as Quentin's babysitter and grandparents think of him as a smiley, happy baby. And this is a child that police have yet to locate. Now, police are no longer searching at the home. As Mariah said, they're looking in outdoor areas, according to Chatham County Police Chief Jeff Hadley. The last person to see Quentin was the mother's boyfriend around 6 this morning, and he was fine. Then, just 3 hours later, his mother reported him missing.
Okay, now the reason why this is key, okay, the mother reported him missing at 9 o'clock. The boyfriend allegedly saw him at 6. Why did you cancel daycare at 5:30? Why? Why would you cancel daycare at 5:30 in the morning for the first time? And that's the day he goes missing. I personally think they got rid of the baby overnight. They drove him to another state. They buried him. Where'd Elle go? I didn't even know she left. They buried him and they drove back. And the story is 6 o'clock in the morning. The boyfriend's giving a fake story. That's what I think happened. And if you ever want to kill a child, bury them in another state. They'll never be found. And you can't be charged because they won't be found. I totally agree, Alexis. That is exactly where I'm at. Oh, yeah, it's been warm here. It's been beautiful, actually. Yeah, I don't know how the grandparents got custody.
Maybe if
Yeah,
anybody
he's-
knows anything, he's just a baby.
Quentin's grandparents got the devastating call the 20-month-old was missing while working far away from their home.
So I was there for like 3 weeks. As soon as I got the phone call from the babysitter that Quentin was missing, I drove straight. I'd been awake for 48 hours.
Quentin's grandparents say Quentin is the middle child with 2 other siblings. He and his siblings, his grandparents, uncle, mother, and his mother's boyfriend all live in this house. Howell having custody of Quentin and his 3-year-old brother since Quentin was 5 months old. They could have never expected to be looking for him.
We're here. We're here ready to search.
The couple also expecting police to be searching near the home this morning. But after several agencies were out searching near the home when Quentin was reported missing, police say they've exhausted their search efforts in this area.
We want answers, whether they the right answers, wrong answers, whatever. We want something.
Also devastated and wanting answers is Quentin's babysitter, Diana McCarto, who watched him for about 10 months and knows him as
just sweet, just happy, full of life.
She says she was supposed to watch Quentin the day he went missing, but Quentin's mother called her around 5:30 in the morning, telling her she didn't have to watch him anymore. She says her gut tells her something's wrong, but
we've been praying that he turns up and he's okay.
She's not the only one praying, as many have tried to do what they can to find baby Quentin.
We appreciate everybody's come, and search for him and everything, and we hope for the best. That's all I can say is we hope for the best, and that's all we can do.
And we do thank everybody, the police department,
everybody.
the FBI, everybody that was here.
Police have several search warrants, including one at this home here behind me where Quentin was last seen. Now, once again, they are still looking, are still investigating, trying to find him. They say they haven't received any tips, as Mariah told us earlier. So the grandparents, babysitter, people that we've spoken to, police, they're all begging anyone who may know any information to please call 911 or Crime Stoppers as soon as possible to locate baby Quentin. Reporting live in Chatham County, Camille Syed, WTOC News.
Sad,
Thank you, Camille. Now we want to send it over to our lead investigative reporter, Jessica Savage.
Jessica, Camille had mentioned that the grandmother had requested an eviction for Quentin's mom and her boyfriend. What else did you find out about that?
Well, the eviction process is something the grandmother told me about over the phone earlier today. She says everyone lived together at her home on Burkhalter Road near Veterans Parkway. So I pulled the eviction filing from the court records to confirm what's happened so far. It explains the reason she wanted her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend out of the house. The records show grandmother Billy Howell filed the paperwork to start the eviction process more than a month ago on September 8th. She asked the court for what's called a dispossessory warrant. Now, it's the legal action that she pursued to remove her 22-year-old daughter and the boyfriend from the home. It also mentions the daughter's 3 children that are living with them. Well, in the court filing, the grandmother says her daughter and the boyfriend had failed to pay rent, but she doesn't want to be compensated. She asked that they be moved out as quickly as possible, saying, quote, "They have damaged my property, and at this point, no one is living in peace." Well, over the phone, she told me more about the reason she wanted them to move out. She says it's because her daughter and the boyfriend were constantly fighting and it was a bad situation. She said her daughter received notice of the court filing last week. Well, Billy Howell told me she has custody of her 2 oldest grandchildren, which includes Quentin. She said at the time of his disappearance, she was working at an out-of-town job in Illinois, where she's been for more than a week. She said she drove back as soon as she found out that Quentin...
For real? Mhm. All right. I'm back. Woo woo. It's kind of like when you play music, and once you play music, like if you play like big songs, it'll cut you. It's the same thing because OBS tells me like your stream is temporarily blocked, and then it says you're no longer blocked. So yeah. But I got to edit that out. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Now, if I don't edit it out, then it could give me a copyright strike. So that's when you got to be careful. Once I upload the video, I can edit it out. But that's the other case that I'm going to start working on is this kid. And this just happened as of yesterday. But I'm totally convinced the mom and the boyfriend are involved. And I think they killed the boy to be able to stay at the mom's house. I really do. Now, it could be the boyfriend and not the mom, but I just think the mom's involved. I really do. But I'm going to try to get a hold of the babysitter because she seems like she has info. So, yeah, it does it automatically. No, it does it automatically if that's how the news people want to set it up. But the case is horrible. No 20-year-old just gets up and walks away. Sorry, not sorry. Not going to happen. So, but I am going to get off, though, because I do need to finish this top layer of candy corn candles that I want to get it done. And then I'm going to bed because I'm exhausted. And I made this really, really good cake today that I'm dying for a piece. I made this upside down pineapple cake that is so good. Sage was like, Mom, this is awesome. So, yeah. Yeah, Mom called the babysitter and said that she no longer had a babysit. That was before the kid went missing. Yeah, upside down pineapple. I put pineapples and cherries. And What is a beer candle? It's a candle that smells like beer and looks like beer. I took a nap before and I had a dream about a cake. So I want a cake. So I made this cake. Yeah, the candy corn candles smell amazing. Amazing. And each layer has scent in it. So, but yeah, so I'm going to go grab a little bite of cake, finish my top layer, and I'll get all the pictures tomorrow. So, all right, guys, I want to thank you guys for super chat. Thank you for the late night live. I promise you I'll be back on track shortly. Kids, you know what it is too, though? Kids have been on vacation all week. So, oh, I will, Joseph. It is yummy, yummy. All right. I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful night. And thank you guys for Cash Apps, Super Chats, PayPals. Everything is appreciated. Believe me, it's appreciated, especially now that the kids have been home all week. Costing me a damn fortune. I keep telling them, buy your own food. So, all right. I will see you guys later. Me and Dayton go away in 2 weeks. Don't forget. I can't wait. The 21st. And that's it. I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful night. Peace.